Hi and welcome back to episode 3 of my playthrough of Legends of the Alliance. Let's get cracking right away. So let's go into our save game again. Hope for the best here, but so far the app never failed me. And yes, here we are back on Yavin 4. And right now we are really in trouble. I have to say that I'm recording this video with my new lenses, so anything can happen. This is really a blind flight for me, something I would normally not do, but I'm really thrilled to try them out. So they have really much better, let's say, angle in respect to how much detail I can show. So I can zoom out much better now, but I can also zoom in much closer. So let's see how things work out. So if anything goes wrong, then it's all the fault of my new lenses here. At the end of last turn, those two crates appeared, and I'm pretty sure I will find some med packs in there. So it may be a good idea to send my heroes back there in order to get those. Especially important for Diala, who has already accumulated 15 wounds in total. David is doing much better with only 5 wounds in total. Actually, I think I will start with the rebel troopers here. They have not moved, so they get their normal bonus. I think it's the aim ability with +1 wound and +2 accuracy. And to be honest, I think this guy should be able to, fight against this guy. And I think this is what he will do. Yeah, from this corner he can see pretty much those two corners here. So yeah, let's attack with this guy first. So let's roll those dice, and I think that's not bad at all. This is a pierce, this is 5, that's not a problem at all. We get 1 additional wound and 1 pierce. So this is gone with this surge, and because of our aim ability, that's only 2 wounds. The second surge is pretty much +1 accuracy, which we cannot use at this point in time. Okay, that's really a bummer. So yeah, this stormtrooper is now kind of wounded, and I think I will move this guy back 1 position, or maybe even more. Yeah, why not? Let's move this guy here. So that's 2 movement points, 3 movement points, and I think we will leave him here for now. Then I think we really want to get rid of that stormtrooper here. It's a figure after all, so I think, yeah, let's move him out so we'll lose the aim ability. Let's attack this stormtrooper here accordingly. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. This stormtrooper is no more. We have still 4 movement points, 3 movement points, yeah. So that was 1 movement point, 2, 3 movement point, and I think I have to more or less, yeah, I cannot do anything with the remaining movement point. And then it's finally this guy here, and to be honest, I think I will leave him where he is, or I will move him back. No, I will leave him where it is for now. Okay, let's see who goes first. On the Imperial side, that's the purple stormtroopers. That's good because we have gotten rid of one of those fellas. They have the squad training. Okay, they gain a Pierce 1 or a Pierce 2 with the same figure. It's being okay. They move 3 to attack the healthy hero with the lowest speed. In this case, that's clearly David. So yeah, they will try to get him, but I'm not sure if they will be able to get there, to be honest. No, I think not. With a move 3, he's here. No, they will not get him. The healthy hero with the lowest speed. I think they would get neither of those heroes. So I think, yeah, we will go for the second command. So they will not attack, which is cool. So first of all, they will do a move 2 to reposition 4. In this case, they're all in this puddle here. So they will move 2 in order to reposition 4. And then they would move 6 to reposition 4. I think this is more like it. I think this guy will then move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he will stay here, and this guy will also move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's tough. I think no. I think he will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he would be for 1, 2, 3. No, he will go here because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Spaces down there. Again, I hate those reposition commands. Oh, this was the wrong guy. Just saw that. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will stay here. And that's pretty much the end of their activation, if I'm not mistaken. Though that was actually pretty cool, to be honest. Next, either of our hero can now activate. And I think let's make it easy. Let's start with David here. 1, 2, 3 positions here. Then he will interact with this crate. So let's see what we get. That's a full action, of course. You find some useful supplies in the Great Tour. 1 supply card. You gain 50 credits. Oh, I didn't get a med pack. I would be allowed to draw a supply card. And with the Legends of the Alliance, you remove some of the cards. But let's see what we get. An emergency med pack. Discard this card after your... Ah, perfect. That's exactly what we needed. That's so cool. So I think this is something that clearly we would give to Diala for her next activation also. Awesome stuff. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. And now I'm really tempted to move him maybe a little bit closer again. Yeah, let's move him here. I think that's a good idea. This is gone. And so is his activation. He could use his force speed, but I think I'd rather not. Those were 2 actions, movement and interaction. Yep, that's it. So let's end his activation. And now it's the elite Imperial officer. Okay, we gain a bonus surge. And again, we would do the executive order. And this would figure and attack the rebel who has suffered the most hit points. Again, that's Diala. And I think we would then activate this guy here. He can definitely see her from this corner. So yeah, she has to defend herself. So let's roll some dice. Again, a very, very, very poor roll. She has to take a strain in order to re-roll her die. And this is also something that I double checked. You can only ever re-roll this die once during whatever, any given action, for example. Right now she would take 4 wounds in total, which would really bring her close to her wounded side. And again, she's failing badly. And actually, I forgot, the first Imperial attack gains 1 surge, and this was the first Imperial attack as far as I understand the rules. So let's see what they do with this. +2 accuracy, I think that's not of a concern. No, they get an additional wound, or Diala gets an additional wound, which brings her to 20 wounds in total. 2 more, and then she would be turned to her wounded side. She would lose some endurance, and I think one of those abilities, cannot quite remember which one. I think it's the Precise Strike. But due to our legendary trade or reward card here, we still have 2 more wounds to go. So yeah, have a look what he's doing next. We did the executive order, move on to attack the rebel that suffered the most. No, he cannot get there. So yeah, I think we have to go to the next one. Move 3 to engage the other Imperial figure with the most health remaining. And right now they all have 3 health remaining. So he is already adjacent to the next, or to the other figure, which is this guy here. So he would not move, but he will also not skip the command here. So pretty much that counts as he did his movement or whatnot. But in this case, we still have the cover ability. If adjacent to another Imperial figure, we cover 3, and the adjacent non-focused Imperial figure with the highest figure cost becomes focused. And in this case, that's clearly the Imperial officer down there. Okay, this was the action. Now it's Diala. And Diala really has to move out of the danger zone here. This is something that we really want to do. So let's move her 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces onto this crate. With her second action, she will now interact with this crate here. The crate of supplies was left behind. Perhaps it contains something useful. You gain 2 med packs. Awesome. Oh man, this was so damn important. Wow, that's so cool. So in total we have 3 med packs. So if she now rests like crazy, I think we should be okay. Awesome job, Diala. In theory, she could now move out of this corner, but right now she feels kind of okay here. So let's remove this crate, and this was already her first activation. Okay, let's see who goes next. The Grey Imperial officer. They can order more. He would start with an order command. Another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 3 or less, or 4 or less in this case, that can perform an attack attacks David also. In theory, this guy can attack David also. He's not hidden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of a problem, but they gain +2 accuracy. So I think, yeah, I think it would be worth to try it. So again, this purple stormtrooper will attack again, in this case, David. So let's see what they roll. Okay, we don't gain anything else. So this is blocked. And this is pretty much blocked. That's only 1 wound. I think this is definitely something we can live with. But oh, of course, wait. No. Way too quick. They only have a range of 4. They don't have the surge. So they cannot reach us right now. So yeah, they totally missed us. Awesome stuff. But then we move back to the Imperial figure. We did move Arthur. He would move 1 to attack David. He cannot move 1 to attack David. So again, he would move 3 to engage the other Imperial with the most health remaining. Wow, again, that's the other elite soldier. If this figure is not adjacent, no, we are already. So pretty much the same thing. And he would also cower. And now the elite Imperial officer is focused too. Right now it's not that big of a deal. They're really back there, and normally they use their order ability, and very seldom they really reach out and try to fight someone. But this may become a problem. I'm really hoping I'm doing those orders correctly, but this is how I understand the rules. They are engaged to another figure, so they stay where they are. So nothing else would happen in this case. And then it's back to our rebels. We can now go to Diala, or we could go to David. And I think we really want to go to Diala. First of all, she will rest and she will directly use a med pack. Or we can simply, no, wait a second, we can also go for the emergency med pack here after this card. After you rest, you or an adjacent friendly figure recovers 5. Pretty much the same thing. So let's get rid of all of our strain, and we would also be allowed to remove 5 wound tokens. And in theory, I think I can do that again. Nothing in the rules tell me that I'm not allowed to do that. So we will use another med pack to heal yet another 5 wounds. So overall, we are doing much better now. But this was already her entire turn. And next, the Grey Stormtroopers will activate. Okay, when they activate, okay, they get a defeated group. Right now, all of the figures are on the board from this group, so we are fine. First thing is they would move 3 to attack the healthy hero with the lowest speed. In this case, yeah, I think this really should be David, at least for this figure here. So they would move 1, 2, 3. That's also 7 spaces away. That's really something. Should I do that again, or should I really use the Imperial rule right now? Because we have just seen how unlikely it is that they will do any point of damage now. To be honest, this seems to be rather lame. And as they're really pretty much hiding back then, I would say no, I think we will go for the reposition command. So they will first move 2 to reposition 4, 1, 2. So that's pretty cool. And then they would move 6 to reposition 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's tough. I think he will move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think he will move closer to those guys. So he will move here. This was his activation. Those guys will do pretty much the same. First of all, they will move 2, and then they would move 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was here. No, he was 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. I think this is the better deal for him. Yeah, he's doing pretty okay here. Maybe I should really reconsider this movement here. I think he was here or so. 1, 2. And then he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think those guys should be both here. And then we will do the same thing here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think he will now stay where he is, and they're now really preparing for the next round, because now it's much more likely they will able to hit those guys later on. But this was the last Imperial group, and we still have stay with us. And actually, I think he may use his force speed now to move here and really try to take out one of those guys. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take his last strain token you get. He only has an endurance of 4 in order to move 1-2 spaces here. Now he's adjacent to this figure, and of course he will attack it right away. So let's hope for the best. Okay, this one is cancelled. Oof, yeah, in theory that's only one single wound. Yeah, that's like it is. Yeah, he simply inflicts one wound, which is definitely not enough to take him out. So I think, yeah, let's simply attack it again. We will go first during the next round anyway. So yeah, let's do some damage. And again, this is not enough. Okay, this one could be a pierce and a bleed. Pierce and a bleed, which is cool. So he inflicts one wound, still one wound. Yeah, that's the case. But this guy is now bleeding, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's have him bleed. Where are those bleed tokens? So the first thing, or the minute he's doing something, he will die anyway. We will leave him where he is. Let's end his activation. More Imperial forces come bursting out of the jungle. We know the drill. How many grey stormtroopers? That's still 3. Yeah, cool stuff. How many purple? Okay, that's 2 purple stormtroopers. So again, we will see another purple stormtrooper up here. Right now we are still doing okay, I guess. But we are definitely not done yet. Okay, a new probe droid is back. Let's go for a standard. I think, yeah, let's go for a bluish one. He will also go next to the purple droid. I think let's put him here. Let's see what comes next. Oh, yet another probe droid, and this time we will go for a black one, I believe. And he also goes there. So yeah, let's simply confirm that. And then something bad will happen. You already heard it. Through the smoke and haze from the blast of fire, you see the outline of a dark, imposing figure striding out of the jungle. It is not until a glowing red blade appears in the figure's hand that you realize a Dark Lord of the Sith has arrived. You know that you have no chance of defeating Darth Vader. Deploy Darth Vader, and Darth Vader cannot be defeated. That's like it is. He will appear here. Let's have a closer look at his deployment card. Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith. He has a PS3. He inflicts 2 more wounds. He has the brutality. He would perform 2 attacks, but each attack must have a different target. And then we do a force choke. Choose a figure in your line of sight. That figure suffers 2 wounds and 1 thing right out of the bat. But the foresight ability is not, let's say, triggered. He rolls 2 red dice and a yellow dice, and he rolls 2 black defense dice, a health of 16. So yeah, but he cannot be defeated anyway. We just have to hold out. But yeah, that's pretty nasty. Only 2 transport have yet to depart, Lieutenant Talcon says over the comlink. Keep standing strong. Ha ha ha. Easily said. Okay, let's continue. Let's move into round 5. I think once more I will start with the rebel troopers here, because I really want to get rid of some of those guys here. So this guy will shoot this guy here. Again, he gets the aim ability because he hasn't moved. So let's roll those dice. Okay, they get an additional 1 pierce. So in total he only inflicted 1 point of damage. That's pretty lame, to be honest. That's really lame. So no, I think, yeah, I will leave him here as where he is. This guy will attack this guy. I already checked the line of sight. That's fine. So let's see. That's more like it. Awesome. That was a great... Oh, you don't see that. Sorry for that. That was a great shot. 4 hits, -1. They get a +2 because of their aim ability. Range is fine. So this figure is gone. This was really important. And I think I will leave him where he is for now. Yeah, let's leave him here. But I really should... Yeah, I think... Let's send this guy 2 spaces here in order to attack that stormtrooper up there. Yeah, let's hope for 2 wounds or so. He moved. Okay, so this is gone. This is a pierce and 1 wound and no additional damage. Oh man, this really hurts. Range is good, 1, 2, 3, 4, but not enough to take out this stormtrooper here. Oh man, this was really bad. Okay, nothing I can do with that. I still have a movement point left if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's move him back 1 more position here. Okay, this was really bad luck. Let's end the activation. Of course, Darth Vader will go first. Okay, at the end of this figure's activation, each rebel adjacent suffers 1 damage. We would discard harmful conditions. Okay, we don't have any harmful conditions. He would now move 4 to engage 2 or more rebels and attack each adjacent rebel. We cannot do that for the brutality because he's too far away. So the next thing, he would move 4 to attack the closest rebel. This is also not going to happen. So he would pretty much do now force choke, move 2 toward the closest rebel, then that figure suffers 2 wounds and 1 strain. And I think this is possible. We only need a line of sight here. 1, 2. And I think from this position he should be able to see David. Let's see. 1, 2. I think this corner. Yeah, that's not a problem. So in this case, David takes 2 wounds plus a strain. Unfortunately, he's already maxed out at entrance, so he takes 3 wounds instead. Then he would move 6 toward the closest non-ready hero. Both of our heroes are still ready. So in this case, normally he would now not move, but I think the Imperial rule applies, so he would definitely move toward the closest hero now. 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's adjacent, so he will stay here. And we already know the drill. At the end of this figure's activation, each rebel adjacent to this figure suffers 1 wound. So in this case, David takes 1 more wound. Now we are done with Vader, and it's either Diala or David. That's tough. I think I have to rest with him. He's okay, I guess, but already at 9 wounds in total. So I think, yeah, let's have him rest. So let's have him move 1, 2, 3 spaces behind that corner with a movement command. Then he will spend the last med pack here in order to get rid of all of those strain tokens, and we are allowed to remove 5 wounds from him. So right now he's still doing pretty much okay. But we really have a hell of a lot of Imperial figures out on the board, and now it's the elite Imperial officer. Then it's the executive order again with a figure cost of 6 or less that can perform an attack against David. Okay, this case, that's clearly one of those guys here. If he would attack, he would die because he's bleeding. So I think no normal Imperial player would use him for this free attack. So in this case, I think he would go from this, because from this corner he should be able to see David here. So yeah, let's have him attack. And again, I'm really hoping for a dodge symbol. Awesome, you're a star. Perfect job, David. Then we know the drill. Move 3 to engage the other Imperial figure with the most health remaining. This is now really kind of lame. If this figure is not adjacent to another Imperial figure, move 4 to reposition 5. So not sure, can he go there? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is really lame, to be honest, because the other figure does not become stunned, so there is no benefit. So in this case, I think we really have to do something else. So we will go for this one here. If this figure is not adjacent, he would now move 4, and I think this should bring him closer to those guys who are wounded here anyway. Maybe he can even heal this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and if he's now 3 spaces, discards 1 harmful condition. Yeah, he will go there, absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces here. He's still focused, he hasn't attacked, and now he's within 1, 2, 3 ranges here. So this figure, or each figure within 3 spaces, will now lose 1 harmful condition or heal 2. He got rid of this harmful condition, but he's not wounded, so he will not gain any benefits out of this at all. So I think this was really the better command for him. Okay, let's finish here. It's now Diala, and we really have to start taking out some of those figures here. So I think I will go for this gray stormtrooper here. So she will move 1, 2 spaces here by taking 2 strains. Or that's her, I don't know, strain or stress movement. Then with her reach ability, 1-2 spaces, she's able to attack this guy here. Should she use her precise strike just to be sure? Yeah, let's go for it. She will take 2 more strain, then she will roll those 2 dice, and yeah, we basically are looking for 1 wound. She can now recover 1 here, which is okay. Apart from that, there is not much she can do, but we will take this anyway. So this figure is gone, really, really important, but she can also remove 1 strain. Awesome. She still has 1 action left. She could rest, or she could really prepare moving down here and trying to take out some more figures. So I think that's what she will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in theory, she's now close or adjacent, kind of adjacent to those 2 figures here. And it's much harder now for Darth Vader to attack both of them at the same time. And I think this is definitely worth it. Yeah, let's enter activation. Curious who comes next. It's the blue probe droid. Self-destruct. At the end of this activation, if the figure is adjacent to a rebel and has suffered 3 or more damage, roll red die. Okay, we know the drill. It basically explodes right in the face. But right now it doesn't have any hits whatsoever. I think we can pretty much skip that. Then he would move 2 to attack David. That's not going to happen. It would move 2 to engage as many rebels as possible, but minimum 2. Move also not going to happen. If adjacent enters activation, move 2 to reposition 3. That's what it will do. Okay, that's 1, 2. Then it will move 4 to engage as many rebels as possible, but minimum 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's pretty much the end of its activation. It has not suffered 3 or more hits. No, so this is pretty much the end of this activation. So the rebels will most likely live 1 more round. And now it's either David or Diala. And as the Grey Stormtroopers have not yet activated, she will totally go first now and try to attack this soldier here. And she will also use her precise strike, so he's not going to roll any defense dice whatsoever. Let's hope for 3 hits. And wow, what an awful roll. That's pretty much 1 hit because of her ranges. Doesn't really matter for a melee attack, by the way, so this doesn't, we can basically ignore those numbers. So with 1 surge we can inflict 1 wound, and with the other one we will basically stun this guy. But I think we will attack the figure again anyway. So yeah, but this time unfortunately I don't have any strain left or endurance left. So yeah, this guy will now defend, and oof, again, that's bad. 3 against 3, nothing at all. Man. This was really not looking good. Maybe that's because she didn't look the right way. Maybe I really should have turned her, but yeah. This is already the end of her activation. She cannot move because, again, she's out of endurance. So we will end her round pretty much. And then it's the black probe droid. He gains 1 surge and +2 accuracy. He would move 2 to attack the hero with the most die. I think that's also not going to happen. No, there is no hero in sight. Move to engage as many rebels as possible. Also not going to happen again. Then we would do the reposition command, and yeah, basically we know the drill. So first of all, it will move 1-2 spaces closer to the rebels, and then it will move 4 to engage as many rebels. I think this is not possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can basically move in right here. So this probe droid is now engaged to 3 rebels in total. So that's pretty much perfect for those probe droids. Finish this, and then it's the last activation for David. And even though he's already badly wounded, I think we really want to get rid of that figure here because it would still activate. So yeah, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, and 4, sneaking past Lord Vader. Then he will attack the Stormtrooper here with his standard attack dice. Are you kidding me? Wow, okay. A lot of surges. I think 1 is a pierce and a bleed, and 1 is an additional wound. So that's pretty much 1 wound and 1 bleed token. So he's stunned and he's bleeding. And I think we should have 1 more left. And I think with this, yeah, he can definitely go into hiding, which is not too bad actually. And I think that's already it. Of course, I could still use my force movement. Yeah, let's go for it. I think he will use his force speed to move back 1, 2 spaces here. Not sure if it really will help him, but I think, yeah, I think he cannot be targeted by this guy from this corner. Pretty sure about it. Or actually, yeah, we can. So from this corner, he can. No, that's not a problem. I think with 1 more, this may be a bit of a problem, but no, that's not really a big of a deal for this stormtrooper to hit David there. Oh man, the standard equipment really sucks and you cannot do really much anything. So, and his activation, of course, finally it's the grey stormtroopers. They would deploy 1 defeated figure. Of course, they would move 3 to attack the closest rebel. And yeah, the closest rebel is David. He cannot move because it's stunned, so he will lose all his movement points, but he will still remove the stun token. Then he will attack David, but after he attacks, he will die, which is not too bad actually. So yeah, let's see what we roll. I think that's a blue and a green die, and David rolls a white die for defense. Okay, this is blocked. This is 2 points of damage. I think there is not much we can do. Range is not a problem at all. He's hidden, but yeah, still the figure is gone because he was bleeding, but still David gets 2 wounds, but we can finish the activation right away. Wait a second, those are the grey stormtroopers. Yes. That's now a point after the activation. Oh man, I missed that. Here I'm not really sure now, to be honest. This never happened to me before, but I think the group is gone, so we cannot reinforce this group, to be honest. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that this group is now defeated because right after it activated, the group was destroyed and there was no one to put it next to. So the deployment group is totally gone. So you cannot reinforce something that's not on the board. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But yeah, you will definitely teach me otherwise if I'm mixing this up. So let's defeat those grey stormtroopers for 6 fame. And then we would directly go for the purple ones when the first figure declares an attack at 1 green die. So it's pretty much focused. And again, the purple guys will now move 3 to attack David, and I think this guy can do that. Move 3, 1, 2, 3. So from this corner here, he can clearly see David, though he will attack him. But in total, he will now roll 3 dice, and wow, what an awful defense. Okay, this surge is gone. This surge is still there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think this is simply the 5th wound. Range is also not a problem. So this hidden ability, not really sure if I like this, to be honest. So he now gets 5 more wounds. Then it will reposition 2 to move 2 to reposition 4. This is now really a problem. So maybe he will simply go 1, 2 like this. Again, this reposition is really very foggy for me, but I think this makes kind of sense because he's out of reach of both of those heroes here. Then it's this guy here. He will also move 2 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 spaces here. I think he will simply stay where it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second command, move 6, it is already repositioned 4, so it will not do that. And the same would be true for this purple stormtrooper up here. He will also stay where he is because I want to be as far away from those figures as possible. Okay, this was the activation for the stormtrooper. The problem is we still have the grey Imperial officer right at the start within 3 spaces. The start of this space, or maybe I did this wrong the last time. Okay, the figures are gone now. Cannot change it. But I think, yeah, nothing will happen. He will now order another Imperial officer, another figure with counterattack who has suffered the most wounds. So in this case, he cannot have him attack him. That's clear, because he really has no line of sight. And the gray figure can also not command this figure here, because yeah, it costs 5 and he can only do that for 3. I think we will not do an order command in this case. Rebel who has suffered the most hit points. Oh no, maybe we can go for the probe druids here. I think this probe druid can attack this probe druid. Yeah, I think let's go for it. This makes sense. We can take out a figure. Yeah, so that's clearly the case. Okay, we will have white die here. The probe druid is rolling 2 yellow and 1 blue die. Yeah, let's see. And I have forgotten to roll. Yeah, okay. So this rebel is clearly history. We'll remove it from the board. Then he will move 1 to attack the rebel who has suffered the most. No, that's not going to happen. Move 3. I think then we would go to the next one. Or maybe he can try to attack her. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. I think that's possible. And he's rolling 1 more green die because he's focused. No, I think he will attack Diala now. So let's turn her into the right direction now. And unfortunately, she cannot use her foresight ability, which is really a pity. Okay, that's not too bad, to be honest. This is gone. 2 surges. I think range is not a problem. Yep, that's the case. And I think with 1 surge, he will get focused again. No, first of all, he will go for wound and then a focus in this case. Diala takes wound and this guy keeps his focus token. Okay, I think this is the end of the round, but of course we will see more troopers coming. How many purple stormtroopers on the board? That's still 3. Oh, we get a new stormtrooper group. Are you kidding me? So in this case, we will redeploy those guys like so. That's again our gray group. So let's confirm this. Oh man. Deploy a regular E-Web engineer. But I think this E-Web shouldn't be a big deal, because I really hope that we will get, or we will end this scenario before he can do any damage. Those E-Webs are particularly nasty because they can do 2 attacks. This is pretty rare for any allies or villain groups. And I think, yeah, they cannot really move that well. They can recover health and stuff like that. They will roll hell of a lot of dice. So we were really extremely lucky that this guy didn't show up earlier throughout the mission. But I really hope that's it. Just 1 transport left, Lieutenant Talcon calls over the comlink. Hold on just a little longer. And then it's round 6. Oh, now we get a minor peril because we have spent so much time already. The oppressive jungle heat saps your strength. Each hero may test, I think that's a strength test, and each hero that does not pass suffers 1 strain. And we haven't done skill tests before, so we look for the strength here. That's a blue and a green die. And we're looking for at least 1 search symbol in order to pass it. Yeah, that was good enough, not a problem. Then we do the same for David. Oh no, he takes a strain. Okay, overall not too bad. Where are my strain tokens? Here they are. And I really hope that this is really it. Yeah, round 6, which should really be the last round. But of course, we still have to survive the whole round. And right now we have Lord Vader with us, who will definitely take out 1 or more of our heroes. At least I expect 1 of them to be wounded. I really hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough, and I really hope I haven't messed things up too bad. I think 1 activation I can remember, I think this was here at the start or maybe at the end. I have to check the footage, but yeah, I will not change it because it was only penalizing me, so not a problem there. And yeah, apart from that, looking forward to the probably last episode, hopefully anytime soon, and I also hope that you will join me in my last round trying to defend Yavin 4. Until then, bye bye.